Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode 10 years ago. Now tonight, we're going to be doing a very interesting show. We're going to be doing No Way Out 2001. This is my mate Tarek's best ever show, his favourite ever show. We had quite a debate recently because he believes this is the best show ever, and of course I believe that WrestleMania 17 is the best ever. We'll talk about WrestleMania 17 next month. Yeah, don't worry. Or in April, as it actually is. So, shall we get on with this one? Buyrate for this one was a gigantic 1.60. Yeah, bearing in mind that the Royal Rumble a month before had done a 1.35. That is a truly ridiculous buy rate, isn't it? Attendance for this one, 15,223. So in the opening contest, the Big Show defeated Raven in a crap match to win the hardcore title. A mystery woman attacks Big Show straight away as he's making his way to the ring, but you know, she gets beat. Show charges at Raven but eats post, then Raven uses a fire extinguisher, then Crash Holly hits that's interesting, isn't it? The ring. And he gets absolutely owned. Hardcore Holly and Steve Blackman both come out. They use weapons, but Billy Gunn hits the ring and basically famasses Raven and gets the 1-2-3 to become the champion. And literally out of nowhere, you don't see it coming. And you're like, wow, that's good to know, isn't it? Holly and Blackman hit a sidewinder on Gunn, but Raven sneaks the pin on Gunn and gets the belt back. Mystery Woman then hits the ring but gets owned because Molly Holly hits the ring and owns her. Show chokeslams Raven on one of those cardboard trash cans for the win at 4:20. This is overbooked rubbish. Half a star if you ask me. Now ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to take this opportunity just for once and for all to clarify why I don't think the hardcore title should be brought back. A lot of people say that they missed the Attitude Era. Oh, bring the hardcore title back, bring the hardcore title back. This match is why the hardcore title should stay dead and buried. Because when the title changes hands 3 times, there was 3 title changes in this match, was there not? In one match, that's just stupid, and it means that the championship doesn't mean jack shit. You know, it really doesn't, and that means to me it just means basically it's worthless. Next, Chris Jericho defeated Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, and X-Pac in a really quite brilliant fatal 4-way match. Now, so much happened. This match went 12 minutes, yeah? So much happened in it that obviously I'm going to be missing out quite a bit. Because basically, while there was what happened in this one is a lot of the times, while there was 2 guys in the ring, there was 2 guys outside the ring. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm not going to talk about what happened on the outside of the ring, alright? So, Eddie and Jericho go at it in the ring, whilst Benoit and X-Pac go on the outside. Y2J Lariat gets 2. Then Benoit and Guerrero double team Y2J, then they double team X-Pac. Crossface by Benoit on X-Pac. Eddie goes up top but gets crushed by Y2J, who then brawls with Benoit. Eddie blocks an X-Pac superplex and hits a frog splash, which gets 2. Benoit and Jericho go at it with a clothesline, getting 2 for Benoit. He hits a lovely snap suplex on X-Pac for 2. Nice spot as X-Pac goes for the Bronco Buster, but eats a missile dropkick from Y2J. Bridging, it's like, he's doing the bit where he bulks up for the Bronco Buster, and like as he turns round, Jericho comes off the top turnbuckle, missile dropkick right on the mush, and like yes, bridging any move that could potentially hurt X-Pac, I really like. Bridging German suplex on Y2J gets 2 for Benoit as Eddie breaks up the cover, so those 2 obviously got it, including a nice Rana by Eddie and a stunning backdrop suplex for 2. He hits a lovely vertical suplex that JR calls a modified brainbuster, and he goes up top. But Benoit counters with a superplex. Crowd are utterly dead as Benoit gets 2. Jericho gets 2 off a nice underhook backbreaker on Benoit. Chop battle between Benoit and Y2J leads to a cover that gets 2. Like I say, there's a lot going on in this one for a 12-minute match. Yeah, that's not exactly a long match, is it? Just so much going on. I probably missed out half the stuff that happens, honestly. And I've watched this match twice to make sure I didn't miss anything. But I know I'm missing stuff. Anyway, Chop bar we've mentioned. Jericho goes for a bulldog, but Benoit counters into a German suplex for 2. This is, and then we say one of the best things I've ever seen. It really is. Walls of Jericho on Eddie, but Eddie Guerrero makes the save. So Jericho puts the walls of Jericho, basically pushes off and puts them on Eddie Guerrero. X-Pac comes in to make the save, so Jericho drops Eddie and puts him on X-Pac instead. Brilliant spot. It was dope, and the crowd absolutely loved it. For a crowd that were completely dead a couple of moments before, they were fully into it by this point. Just Incredible comes out, so Jericho decks him, but walks into a dragon suplex by Benoit. That's always going to put the star rating up at least 15, isn't it? Fucking dragon suplex, amazing move. Justin and X-Pac hit stereo super kicks on Benoit, lion salt by Jericho on Eddie. Pac breaks the cover and hits a low blow and an X-Factor crossface on Pac. Eddie breaks it up, back suplex by Benoit on Eddie. He goes to hit the headbutt. He hits the headbutt, but X-Pac breaks it up. He starts celebrating, yes! So Jericho rolls him up for the win. 12 minutes, and it's easily a 4-star match. There's so much going on. It's hard to keep a track, like I say. So if it sounded like I was getting lost and it sounded like I was just super fast talking, that's exactly why. Because it was a really intense, exciting match, and I absolutely loved it. So, next, a minor miracle happened. I promise you this much, because it was one of the best women's matches I've ever seen in the WWF. And who was in it? Stephanie McMahon was in it. Yes, if you can believe that. It's Stephanie McMahon defeating Trish Stratus. Now, bearing in mind that Steph's not exactly a worker at the best of times, and Trish had been in the company for what? 3, 4, 5 tops months, if that. You know, so this is a 3-star match in my opinion. Honestly, go back and watch this match if you don't believe me, because it's fucking superb. So let's get on with it. So Stephanie McMahon beats on Trish at the start, including a pair of clotheslines and a hip toss of death. They brawl outside with Stephanie getting dumped into the crowd. She comes back with an axe handle off the railings. Back inside, Stephanie tries to suplex Trish to the outside, but gets hot shotted. Trish controls with a bulldog for 2. Steph then hits a stiff forearm, but then takes an evil-looking DDT right on her forehead, and it's just like, wow, where did that come from? Fantastic. Trish chokes Steph in the corner, but gets slammed off the top. Back outside, Stephanie bounces Trish's face off the table and dumps water all over, so he's soaking wet. And JR, of course, as you can probably imagine, goes, wet t-shirt, wet t-shirt, wet t-shirt, fapping away, you know, as he does. Inside, Trish goes for a Rana, and this is, like I say, this is one of the, it's just like, where the fuck did that come from? Trish goes running over, yeah, she jumps up onto Steph's shoulders, looks like she's going to do Rana. What does Stephanie do? Fucking power bombs her. And you're like, where the hell did she learn to do that? And it was so crisp as well. You know, it wasn't botched at all. Steph then spanks Trish, which is always a good thing. Trish then pulls her clothes off and chokes her with them. They do the Matrix-style hair pull. If you don't know what I mean by that, it's where... Oh, basically they look at each other and charge each other and basically grab at each other's hair and swing each other around. That leads to a double knockout. Then William Regal comes out and he bumps the ref, then puts Trish on top, then basically he'd been told before the match, yeah, by Mr. McMahon that he should do the right thing. So he puts Trish on top of Steph. He then changes his mind and puts Stephanie's foot on the ropes. Trish goes tech at him. She slaps him good, so Regal hits a beautiful neck breaker on her and enables Stephanie to get the cover. This is so much better than most women's matches I've ever seen in the WWF/E. It really is. It's a 3-star match. Take it from me, it's fucking great. It's on YouTube. Go and watch it. After you finish this, well, actually, no, there's a lot of matches that I thoroughly recommend going and watching after you finish watching this vid. Actually, just fuck it. You want to watch the whole show again. Trust me, you'll love it. But yeah, this one is an exception. You should go and watch this match. You really should. 3 stars. Great match. Next. Triple H defeating Stone Cold Steve Austin in a fucking superb 3 stages of a hell match. So, the first 4 is just a straight up wrestling match. They batter each other because, of course, going into this one, these two have been told, you know, you touch each other, you know, you touch the other, you will get suspended for 6 months. So, of course, the first thing that happens is these two batter each other. They absolutely batter each other. Triple H hits a lariat. He tries a Thez press, but is countered into a stun gun on the ropes. Pedigree attempt is countered into an arm breaker. On the outside, Austin whips Hunter into the ring post. Inside, another pedigree attempt is blocked with a low blow as Austin starts to work the arm. Thez press and the FU elbow get 2 for Austin. Main event spinebuster. He comes off the second rope, but eats boot. Triple H hits a... Joe, does that make sense, yeah? Triple H is lying on the ground. Austin comes off the ropes, yeah? Off the second turnbuckle. Triple H just sticks his leg up. So his leg's sticking up, Austin's face goes boom into the top of the rope. That makes sense, doesn't it? Triple H hits a neck breaker, then another. Then he works the neck. Then he changes his mind and begins to work the knees, wrapping Austin's leg around the ring post and doing a figure 4, complete with heel style holding the ropes. Oh, God, you gotta love that. You really... They don't do that anymore, do they? Where am I now? Austin counters after a fucking long time. You know, Matt finally managed to turn the figure 4 over. Triple H continues to work the knees. Austin fights back and bounces Triple H's face off a turnbuckle. Thez press and FU elbow again. Stunner is blocked, but he gets a clothesline. Stunner is countered into a neck breaker. Triple H rolls up and gets 2... counter for 2 by Austin. Low blow by Triple H. He comes off the second rope, but eats Stunner for the 3. So that's the first fall to Stone Cold. Next fall 2 is a street fight, so anything goes. On the outside, Austin suplexes Triple H on the ramp, not once, but twice, because he's that kind of guy. On the announce table, Triple H eats monitor. Austin throws chairs into the ring, and Triple H, what does that say? Here's every vid. There's at least one point where I can't read my own writing. Oh, he flees. Triple H flees through the crowd. Austin chases him and beats him good. Back in, Austin owns Triple H and with a chair. And I mean, I put this in capitals. He really fucking owns him. Big chair shots to the back, man. Really nasty stuff. He gets 2 out of eventual cover. Hunter grabs the ring bell. Triple H tries to flee again. Austin grabs the ring bell. Triple H tries to flee again. Austin drags him back and finds a 2x4 wrapped in barbed wire. Hooray! Triple H grabs it and uses it, drawing blood. They brawl on the table, but Triple H gets backdrops through the Spanish announce table. It's a great bump. And I'll tell you something, watching it back in, right, I've got to tell you, right, I watched this show to review it and to write these notes in about October. And then was going to film the vid, but basically that 4-way was so intense that I never got a chance to do the vid, basically. So I had to go and watch this again. And watching this back the second time, I thought to myself, holy shit, that backdrop almost went so wrong. Because the way that Hunter comes down, he gets backdropped and goes through the Spanish announce table, but he only goes through like a corner of the Spanish announce table, so it must have hurt so bad. And it also, the chance of it not working could have been so ridiculously bad as well. And the other thing I'm thinking is, why isn't Austin all of a sudden selling the knee? He was selling the knee in the first fall. His knees got battered. Why isn't he selling the knee? That's irritating. Austin gets a beer and smashes it into Triple H's face. We then go inside and Austin eats bell for 2. Triple H neckbreaker on a chair gets 2 twice. Austin tries a sleeper but gets backdropped on a chair for 2, and that again looks nasty. Pedigree is reversed again. Austin backdrops him onto the outside. Austin owns Triple H with a chair. Triple H blades, then Austin hits him with the ring steps. Triple H finds again. Triple H finds his what? What the fuck does that say? Triple H finds his what as they go inside? Oh, my writing is so terrible that it looks like limmer. Triple H finds his hammer. Oh, my writing is so awful. Triple H finds his hammer as they go inside. Austin stomps a mud hole. He goes to walk it dry, but Triple H counters. Austin goes for the stunner, but eats hammer. Pedigree for the 3 to make it 1-1. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Seriously, my handwriting is so awful. I once wrote my brothers a letter in Barcelona. Yeah, they said they had to hold it up to a light to read it because it's that bad. When I was at primary school, I had to have special lessons. When I was kept in at break times to have handwriting lessons, and they didn't improve it. It's cause, do you know what it is, right? Let me just, go off on a little bit of a tangent. What it is my brain doesn't quite work properly through years of taking mind-altering substances, back when I was a teenager. And basically, my brain is always thinking a letter ahead. So if you imagine, if I write and then, my brain goes A-N-T, and it's like, so I write A-N-T. It's like, no, that's and, not and, dickhead. And that's why my writing is so terrible that only I can read it, and times come up like that, where it says, Triple H finds his limmer as they go inside. Hey, alright guys, there's your one for the week, and every fucking week. Last fall, should we get on with it, shall we? Last fall is a cage match, so Triple H owns at the start, bouncing Austin's face off the cage, and using the barbed wire 2x4. A chair shot by Austin breaks the 2x4 attack, and Triple H eats cage. Austin uses the 2x4, hits DDT on a chair by Triple H, gets 2. Austin fights back with right hands. Triple H does a flare flop, and it gets the cover gets 2. Triple H tries to escape the cage. Austin follows, but gets crotched. Austin slams Triple H off the top rope for 2. Pedigree only gets 2, amazingly. Evil chair shot and another pedigree attempt, but is countered into a catapult and a stunner for 2. Austin with a 2x4. Hunter with a sledgehammer. Basically, if you can imagine, they both use their various weapons at the same time. Austin falls down. Hunter falls on top of him. 1, 2, 3. And Triple H is the winner. This note of Triple H, the note of surprise there, is because, in my opinion, the wrong person won. And good and proper wrong person won. Because think about it. Just think about the logistics of this. Right, first things first. Austin is going to WrestleMania in a month's time. We know this because he won the Royal Rumble. So why the fuck is Austin losing a month before WrestleMania? Secondly, bear in mind this feud all started off at Survivor Series in 1999 when Triple H had Austin run over. Now, fair enough, Austin had got some sort of revenge when he, hoisted Triple H's car up at the end of their match at No Mercy and dropped it from 500 feet, crushing Triple H, killing him, essentially. 2 weeks later on Raw, he was back from being dead to being not so dead. Yay. And, but in my opinion, this whole match was still about Austin getting revenge. And by Triple H winning, he didn't get revenge. Triple H shouldn't have won in this one. This match is 4 3/4 stars. Let me tell you why it's not 5 stars. And it's because I'm such a stickler, because I'm an idiot. But I shouldn't worry about things like this. But I do. And that is that in the first fall, Austin's knees got absolutely battered by Triple H, Bearing in mind, he wears those great big fucking knee braces, which are, hey, attack my fucking knees, cause it'll hurt me, sort of things, But in the second, he was selling the knee. He was limping and shit. And then in the second and the third falls, he forgot about it. Austin used to do this all the time. It used to drive me crazy, and it still does. Watching the matches back, you're just like, oh, dude, stop it. Anyway. We continue. 3 matches left. In the next match, some sucker had to follow that match. And you were like, oh, I feel sorry for the person who follows this one. Stephen Richards defeated Jerry Lawler in a crap match. Taz did commentary, and one of these little tiny niggling things that bothers me is that JR and Taz do commentary, No mention at all of the fact that these two had quite a feud in the summer of 2000, Shouldn't bother me, but it does. Anyway, Lawler beats on Richards, who bails twice. King launches Richards to the outside and holds Ivory in place, so Kat, who of course is out with Lawler, the whole point of this feud is, basically, Kat wants to strip off and take her clothes off, the right to censor won't let her, so Lawler's going, right, I'll fucking defend your honour, if I beat you, she can take her clothes off, wahee. So Ivory, King holds Ivory so Kat can slap her. Inside, Stephen misses a hoe train. King bulldogs Stephen after 20. He gets, the classic 10 punch in the corner, He does that and then keeps going. And this is one of the things that makes this match go from like a dud to like a quarter of a star. There's various things else that happen to make it a half star, But King can fucking do it when he's a babyface guy, because he does the 1, 2, he gets up to 10. And then he keeps going with the punches, Gets up to 20, looks at the crowd, wipes his brow, and keeps fucking going. That made me mark out for some reason. 26 punches he does in the end. He does a bulldog. Yes, gets 2. Stephen gets suplex, gets 2. He gets a chair, but King low blows him and hits 2 DDTs. Ivory distracts the ref, as does Kat. Ivory gets her women's title. Ivory gives her women's title to Stephen, but he misses with it. King slams Ivory. Kat gets the belt and charges at Stephen, but misses and basically whacks King. Stephen rolls up King. Which I should be saying Richards instead of Stephen. Richards rolls up King 1, 2, 3, and that's your match. It's half a star. The 2 DDTs probably made it go up quite a fair bit. It was pointless. And the thing about this one that's even worse for someone like me, especially with the benefit of hindsight and history, is that there's no blow off, because you're thinking to yourself, right? Surely this is going to lead to something happening at WrestleMania in a month's time, where the right to censor is disbanded. But no, because the next day Kat was fired, and of course Kat was married to Jerry Lawler, who quit in protest like a fucking idiot. So this angle went nowhere. It literally went nowhere. But hey. Next, the Dudley Boyz defeated Edge and Christian and The Undertaker and Kane in a good tables match to retain the Tag Team Championship. So, brawl to start. Edge and Christian set up a table as Undertaker and Kane dump the Dudleys off the stage. Undertaker and Kane own Edge and Christian on the outside. They go to bomb Edge and Christian through a table, but the Dudley Boyz break it up with chairs. Dudley Boyz and Edge and Christian go at it in the ring. Edge and Christian put Bubba in a tree of woe and stand on his bollocks, which isn't fair, I don't think. He's upside down, for God's sake. You got these two guys basically standing on his testicles, holding on to the ropes, going, yeah. That ain't right. Undertaker and Kane are on the outside, by the way. Just need to point that out. Flapjack for Devon, but he ducks a concerto, and the Dudley Boyz hit a waz-up drop. Devon goes to, and this is why I've just mentioned the Undertaker on the Kane are on the outside, because they do the Devon, get the tables. Devon goes to get the tables where Undertaker and Kane conveniently are on the outside. It's like, oh, what a goon. What a complete goon. Unpretty for Bubba, as Undertaker and Kane obviously own Devon Dudley. They get in and hit stereo power slams on Edge and Christian. Then stereo, Kane's lariat off the top. They both do one of those. Then continue to own both teams basically. Dudley Boyz set up a table. Undertaker almost chokeslams Christian, but Devon hits a low blow to stop it. Edge and Christian go to suplex Undertaker through a table, but Kane moves the table. Kane then chokeslams Edge and Christian. Stereo chokeslams on the Dudley Boyz. Oh, that's right. Kane chokeslams Edge and Christian. Stereo chokeslams for the Dudley Boyz. But tables are set up, and Rikishi and Haku come out. They take out Undertaker and Kane. Edge tries a spear on Bubba, who moves as Edge bounces off a table. 3D gets the win at 12:01. Much better than I was expecting, and of course the most important thing, of course, is that Undertaker and Kane didn't win, and that, is a good thing, I promise you. 2 3/4 stars. Just shy of this 3-star match. It was a good match though. If you think about it, it wasn't as entertaining as the women's match was. If you think about it, that's a very weird thing. And then in the main event, my boy, the great one, The Rock, defeated Kurt Angle to win the WWF title in an absolutely superb match, and it was. I've finished watching it like 5 minutes before doing this review, so trust me, it really is brilliant. It's on the Rock's DVD as well, if I think about it. So, Rock lays the smackdown at the start with a lariat, an elbow, and a leg sweep for 2. Angle comes back with a choke in the corner and the ankle lock. Rock gets to the ropes. They trade perfect belly-to-belly suplex. It has to be said that Angle's is the better of the two, but they both hit a belly-to-belly suplex. That leads to a double KO spot. Lariat and the Scorpion King Deathlock by The Rock. Angle to the ropes. Samoan drop gets 2 for The Rock. Angle hits a belly-to-back suplex and goes up top. Unfortunately, he doesn't hit the arm-breaking moonsault of doom, but he does go up top. He gets crotched and superplexed for 2. Angle dumps Rock to the outside, who hurts his knee as he lands. Bear that in mind, it'll be important in a moment. Inside, Rock hits a nice DDT, and we have another double KO. Oh god, this is the only problem with this match, honestly. Is a Big Show comes out, he hits a chokeslam on the ref, a chokeslam on Angle, and a chokeslam on Rock, and then leaves, and I don't know why. I don't know why he does that. Angle gets the cover, no referee. Earl Hebner's come out, and he's helping He's helping Mike Chioda to the back. Just turns right corner out the corner of the eye. He spots that Angle's got the cover, so he drops Mike Chioda. I think that's funny. Cover only gets 2. Rock gets the belt and nails Angle with it for 2 ankle lock, and he locks it in good and proper. This is the one where he shouts out. This is where he shouts out, "Give it up before I break your fucking ankle." Fucking yes, that's good. Rock takes ages, but finally makes the ropes. Angle pounds on Rock's ankle, which is brilliant, and his selling has been absolutely perfect. Spinebuster, People's Elbow, only gets 2. Rock stomps in the corner, Angle low blows him, and he takes the turnbuckle pad off. Rock bomb is countered into a shove into the bolt, and an Angle slam that only gets 2. Rock lays the smackdown, but in a truly brilliant way. He's laying the smackdown in the corner and doing the, Angle kicks his leg out from under it, and you're just like, oh, that's just brilliant. If he's got a sore leg, just boom, and then kicks his leg out. Super, I really like that. Angle charges, but eats exposed turnbuckle. Rock bomb only gets 2 as the referee Earl Hebner completely fucks up and says that Angle kicked out when he didn't. So, what does Rock do? Well, he does what anyone would do. Greatest Angle gets up and hits another Rock Bottom, and this one is a patented get the fuck down Rock Bottom. 1, 2, and 3. Rock is your champion, and the world is right again after Angle's truly awful championship reign. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 4 3/4. It loses the quarter. This would have been a 5-star match, I promise you it would have done, but Big Show's interference spoiled it, because it doesn't achieve anything at all. It really, really didn't. It's not like Angle was going to be facing Big Show at WrestleMania, or Rock was going to be facing Big Show. It was just completely pointless. Ladies and gentlemen, if you took off the opener, which is the hardcore title match, and especially if you took off Richards versus The King, this would be a perfect show. Trust me, it would. But because of those two, unfortunately it's not, and it's an 8.5 out of 10. But it's still awesome. It really is a great watch. If you can ignore the fact... You see, the thing is, right? I know I've given them low ratings. Both of them got half a star, but each of those 2 matches that I've just been criticising is as entertaining as it can be, is what I'll say. So realistically, there's no bad matches as such on this show. There's no duds, for example, whatsoever, like there was at Royal Rumble. This show is pretty much perfect. So go give it a watch. If you haven't seen this one especially, go and give it a watch. I promise you, you will not regret it. I have been Mark P, as you all know. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let me know what you thought of this one down here. Next up, we're going to be doing WCW Greed from 2001, which of course, as I'm sure you are all aware, is the last ever WCW show. I've been Mark P. This has been 10 years ago, and I'll see you all very soon. Take it easy, guys.